Okay. Wow. When's the last time we did one of these? This is exciting. I am pumped to be here with you all today. Um, we have a special guest, of a channel favorite, Kyle Purnell. I'm so excited to welcome him back. He's just released a new effect called Pips Leak 2.0, which builds on his first Pips Leak. And we were lucky enough to get him. And so, without further ado, let's go ahead and introduce Kyle Purnell. And Kyle, if everything's working, we should be able to hear you. I don't know if we can. We can't. So we're going to figure out why you can't hear me, and we'll figure that out. All right. Let's give it technical difficulties. We'll be right back after these messages. Okay, let's see if this works. Kyle, can you hear me?
I can hear you, yes.
Woohoo! I think we got it
Yes.
figured out. that only took 5.5 minutes. All right.
No, I have to apologize for that. It's my technology, Jinx. It's not you. It's me.
No. It's me. I'm a little bit rusty. I'll be honest. So I think we missed the wonderful introduction where I tell everybody how amazing and beautiful of a human you are.
Oh my goodness.
Good looking. You look like you smell good, Kyle.
That's presumptive of you. That's very presumptive.
It's very presumptuous. So I'm gonna do the introduction again because of the little hiccup. So we've had Kyle on the show before. He's a channel favorite. Love having him back. Very excited. He just came out with a new effect called Pips Leak 2.0, which builds on the original Pips Leak. There is a review coming soon. So I was supposed to have that up before we had Kyle on, and that did not work out the way I hoped. But we have Kyle here. It's freaking awesome. I'm pumped. You should be pumped too. Woohoo!
I'm pumped too, man. It's not often that I get pumped on a Friday because usually at this time on a Friday night I am zonked, and so the fact that I'm conscious right now you should be very honored right now.
I am that you take the time. I really appreciate it, and I know all of our viewers appreciate it too because it's
Sure.
yeah we're busy, we're working, right? So and we have kids.
Absolutely.
I joke him all the time. I say, he's like, well, how's your oldest? And I'm like, 4. And they're like, when did you lose your hair? About 4 years ago.
You ain't kidding. There's a reason I'm wearing a hat today.
Just when the time comes, just take it off, man. It's
yeah, it's coming.
I've got this. You can't tell because camera compression makes everything look a lot. Make my face look a lot nicer than it is.
Yeah.
But I have a very pointy head. I don't know if you can. Right. Which is weird because I was a cesarean baby. I don't know why.
Yeah. Oh man. Yeah, I was going to give you the benefit of the doubt, but now I got nothing.
Well, you know what Shakespeare says about cesarean babies. You don't trust cesarean babies, which is hilarious because I became a magician.
Well, you know what? I have to tell you right now that if I had 100 guesses, I would not have guessed that we would be talking about cesarean sections within 5 minutes of the.
Hey, it's always a surprise here on the Magic Minute. You never know what you're gonna.
But I love it.
It's a real grab bag, So, Kyle, you've been busy since we last saw you.
Crazy busy, yeah.
Yeah. You want to tell us? I want to hear kind of some of the story about Pips Leak 2.0. I think. Because I was going back and watching our last interview, and you had you were gonna, hey, they got a secret thing. Maybe we'll do a first. Was that what you were gonna be doing?
No,
it's something else. Okay.
Yeah, no. There's a lot of stuff in the pipeline, I guess is the way to say it.
Ooh.
A lot of stuff coming out through Penguin, some other stuff. I have a project coming out in the not too distant future, coming out through Vanishing, coming out soon, and yeah, so that's gonna be cool. And then I've got something pretty secrety right now that might be my first kind of self publication, and it's one of my favorite things that I've done so far. So when the time comes, I'll definitely give you a review copy, and we can chat about it. But we're not quite there yet.
Oh man, I'm excited for that. Are you? You know, I've had Danny Goldsmith on the program. A little while ago, and I know he's been doing some self-published stuff through Gumroad, and he's had some great success with that. So,
he's crazy too, man. Like I just watch him, and then I never knew that it's possible to simultaneously like love hate somebody like at the same exact same moment.
Yep,
it's crazy.
I'm very ambivalent towards Danny. He's a person you're just like, you know, he's awesome. And I hate how awesome he is.
But yeah,
because I'm not that awesome. I want to be that awesome.
Just like, listen, Danny. Like, if you're going to be good, at least be an asshole. Because if you are, then it's going to be easier for me to reconcile how I do. If you're not, like, you're a great guy, and you're great at what you do, and I can't deal with that.
He's a sweet man. You know, I have similar feelings towards you, Kyle. So. Full transparency. No, you're incredible. You're a powerhouse of creative. Whatever brown nosing things I can say to you, but I am just impressed with the amount of really clever things that you come up with. Because I don't know if it's that you hate gimmicks, but but you find like the most incredible ways to not use them, and but in a great way.
Yeah, I don't hate gimmicks. I actually I use them quite frequently, actually. But it's more that gimmicks hate me. Is that I have the worst luck with them, and so like I've kind of come to terms with that. Like I've kind of come to grips with the fact that I just can't maintain gimmicks. And so like when I buy something, I just kind of take that in consideration and be like, okay, yeah, $30 and I'll have it for like 2 weeks. Okay, great. Because I'll either lose it or I'll break it or something. Okay, so I just bought. So I was at. This is a great example. I was just at Matchi Fest like about a month ago, and there's a lot of like new stuff that I got. But I was looking at some of the like the older DVD kind of things, like from like the early 2010s and stuff like that. That are no longer the flavor of the month. But I was looking at it, and there's something. I don't know if you remember this, but there's an older effect, probably about a decade ago or so, came out called Offset by Sebastian Calbri. And
I don't know if I recall that.
And it's just crazy. Like it was a crazy visual, and I'm like, I remember when this came out. I never had it, so I bought it and I checked it out. And it's a great gimmick, like truly incredible gimmick. And I was really excited about it. I started doing it, and it was just a super crazy visual. And I won't reveal too much for you, but basically you write on the cellophane on a card box with a dry erase marker. And it's kind of like a cartographic kind of thing where you draw a deck and then the selected card just visually rises out of the drawing that you drew on the cellophane with the dry erase marker. Well, as you probably know by this point, I'm a schmuck and I use my Sharpie instead.
Oy vey. I've done that.
Yeah, literally probably about 2 weeks I had it. And it was just, and at this point, like I wasn't even like mad because I'm like, yeah.
There's an effect like that with I think it was Michael Chatelain put it out. I think it was where you would animate something that happened on a card box.
Yeah.
I had that and I freaking loved it. Right? I would do like what I would do is I would draw like a birthday cake with a candle, and then I would have you sing happy birthday, and then like have the kids blow out the candle, and then the candle would just like, and it was amazing. And like again, like I had it for like 2 weeks, and I was like, oh, okay, well. I mean, it's not even necessarily that the gimmick. I mean, the gimmick is made of paper, and so thereby inherently delicate. But it was a well built thing. It's just I'm hard on my stuff. I've used it all the time, and I try to take care of it. But like, if you gotta like pocket reset this thing on your way to like the next cocktail table or whatever, and you're trying to jam this thing, and stuff gets broken, stuff gets lost, stuff gets bent up. It happens.
That's me. So it's kind of like, that they say that what is it? Necessity is the mother of
invention.
Yeah, and that's kind of what it is. Like, I know me, and I know that I'm super hard on my stuff. I know that I have very little organizational systems. So if I want those kind of visuals, I kind of had to work with what I have and try to make my weakness maybe a strength. It's kind of like the David Williamson thing. Like, he's famous. One of the things he's famous for is his 2-cup routine, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he probably wouldn't have gotten famous for that if he didn't lose his 3rd cup.
Like, well, kind of thing. I've only got 2.
Right. And so he worked with what he got, and he kind of made a name for himself with that, as well as, tons of other things.
Everything else that David Williamson is known for.
Every other thing that he's just he's another guy that you like love to hate, right? Because
gosh, I got to meet him here in Frisco, Texas, which is a neighboring city. Do you know? Oh gosh, what's his name? I'm blanking on it. He owns Genie Magazine now. He's the owner of
Richard Kaufman?
No, not Richard. No, Richard sold it to this guy. I can't remember. I'm blanking on his name. Yeah. So it's golly. Why am I blanking on his name? Anyway, I feel bad because I know him personally. He invites me to his house to watch Vegas headliners. In his theater in his house. And I can't remember his name at the moment. He's the owner of Gearbox. Randy Pitchford.
Okay, yeah.
He's the owner of Gearbox Studios. That did Borderlands and Duke Nukem Forever. We'll forgive him for that one. Sorry, Randy. I'm sorry. If he ever sees this, he never will. But Anyway, so he has this like 100-person theater in his house.
Oh my God!
Proscenium style theater. I've seen Blake Voigt out there. I've seen Matt King.
Wow.
Yeah, the list goes on. But David Williamson was there, and so I have to thank Randy for introducing me to one of my childhood heroes.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Oh, it was amazing. I didn't realize how tall Mr. Williamson was.
Yeah.
Hi, hello, Mr. Williamson.
Yeah, he's kind of a monster.
Yeah.
It's one of those. It's hard to tell sometimes when when you only know somebody based off of video footage and you don't realize, oh wow, you shouldn't be that tall because you're tiny because you're in a screen. So you're in a screen. So are you the same David Williamson? Because I'm pretty sure you're not that tall.
No,
I'm pretty tall too. I'm about the same height as him because when I met him, we're kind of eye to eye. I'm about 6'5".
Wow, you're a tall guy,
right? And you can't
I would not
tell
have thought that. No, I can't tell that. No,
you can't tell because I'm just a tiny guy on the screen, right?
Well, I had the opposite problem happen with Danny Garcia. I met him at TAOM convention a number of years ago, and when I met him, I was introduced to him through a mutual friend, and I was like, "Hey, don't take this the wrong way, Danny, but you're not as tall as I would have thought you were." He's like, "I'm 5'10". I'm average male height. Thank you very much. So
that's funny.
Yeah. So I mean, it works both ways, I guess, right? The
yes,
camera.
yeah. You just kind of assume that every magician is the same height.
We're all 5'10", right?
Yeah,
5'11".
Yeah. We're all Danny Garcias.
We're all average male height. It's one of our. Oh gosh, I need to maybe put this thing down. Okay, I'll put that over there. It is commenting. He says that he's 6'3". So yeah, you guys you're all tall, man. Like I feel I need to like wear some platform shoes or something. I need to like join Kiss in the.
There you go. Yeah, whatever you need to.
I love it loud. I could.
It's your life. You do you. It's fine.
That's no, I'm all right. In heels, I'm 6'3", but
Do it. Own it.
I got nice legs. So those are my strengths. Oh man, so you've been working on a lot of stuff. Pips League is amazing. I don't want to give like too much away because I want to do like share the whole thing in the full review. But
Yeah,
gosh,
is it something
dang,
that you're
dude.
interested in me doing right now? I mean, I got stuff.
Heck yeah, man. Yeah, I would love that.
Yeah.
Oh look,
Yes,
we
man.
get a treat.
Hey, well, I'll call it more of a trick.
Oh,
Come on, it's okay.
it's
Sorry.
seasonal. It's topical. It's good.
That's the only reason I decided to say it, but now I'm instantly regretting it.
Oh, it also says he bought Wholesome. So right on.
Oh, nice.
So yeah. He
Well,
bought that deck of cards for him. Good job. Right on.
Well, I appreciate that. Did you say his name's Ed?
It.
It.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, that's awesome. And if anyone were to want to review said effects, I would never turn anything down, and I always take in some good reviews, the good and the bad. But we'll start here with the ace and the two. There's a reason I like to use ace and the two because they're similar, but they're different enough that you can tell the difference between them easily. And the reason I want to do that is because I want to show you sleight of hand. Except sleight of hand is not actually maybe as good as you might think it is. Like it's good, but it only gets you so far. It's not magic is basically what I'm telling you. So here's what sleight of hand would look like. Basically, you can take one of the cards and place it in the middle. We'll take the two and place it in the middle. We can take the ace and put it on top. Sleight of hand would be doing a move. So if I take the ace and give a little move like this, now it looks like the two's on top, which means, of course, in the middle, it's got to be that ace.
Hey, look at that.
It's neat. It's cute. It's a cute trick.
It's all right.
It's all right. It's not really what I wanted to show you. What I wanted to show you is how you can do the same thing but make it look exponentially more magical when we don't use sleight of hand, but we use something called an illusion. Here's the illusion. You can take the ace and the two, literally put one face to face, and you can watch the two, but I really want you to watch the ace. You can watch the A, but if you're going to watch the ace, really watch that diamond. The diamond is the money, okay? Because I really want you to watch very carefully. Can everybody see the diamond? Yeah?
Yep.
Watch the diamond, because if you give a little shake, come here, boy, come here. It's just an illusion. Come here. Come on. Don't be shy. Here, come here. And you go, whoop, and it starts to shake.
Oh, man. That's so awesome.
All the way down. And it's a pretty compelling illusion, but if this is at the bottom now, then this means it's no longer the ace. It's got to be the two. And, of course, if this is the two, it only makes sense that this has got to be. Go ahead.
It's got to be the ace of diamonds.
Got to be the ace, except it's not. This is the two. The ace is down here. The whole thing. Illusion.
You sucked me in.
That's why you got to answer. It's all about the misdirection. Basically, what I'm saying is everything is an illusion. We never had the ace. We never had the two. My friends, all we ever had was that three of diamonds.
Oh, you rat bastard. That's great.
And there it is.
Beautiful. Beautiful. Beautiful.
Thank you.
That's Pips League 2.0, guys.
That's like 2.0.
My full review is coming out of that in the next week, I hope, if I can find some breathing room. But that's incredible.
Thank you.
Like, freaking gorgeous. and there's no gimmicks. There are no gimmicks at all.
So it wouldn't have been a thing if I was like a normal person and could, if I didn't write on card boxes with permanent pen, then Pips League 2.0 wouldn't have been a thing. That's a fact. That's a true fact.
That's inspirational, Kyle, because it's like you know what? It's like everything that happens in your life prepares you for what's next.
Yeah. Yeah, we can say it tongue in cheek, but like in all seriousness,
it's true. It's true.
It very much is true. You can't to a degree you can't really help the cards that you've been dealt. Excuse the pun, but you can play them well, and so that's kind of where a lot of my stuff comes from.
It's just beautiful.
Well, thank you.
Now, oh my gosh, I do have a question.
Yeah.
About the trailer for Pips League 2.0.
Sure.
So, I think that in some ways the trailer that was shot doesn't do the effect justice.
Okay.
And I don't know, I don't want to like
No, I mean,
but there are some places in the trailer that that cut at points that like they don't need to.
sure.
And I think that it maybe gives people like the idea, because like I watched it and I was like, and then I saw the video and I saw it perform like actually perform, and then just now,
Yeah.
and there were parts that like you didn't really need to cut. So
Well, it's
I don't know.
tough,
I know it's theatrical, but
it's a tough balance to find, right? As I mean, I'm not a producer of Magic, but like,
Right.
but I have a little bit of insight, and it's a tough balance to find because you obviously don't want to cut too much, or else people are going to think you're using chicanery to trick people into buying a dream that's not actually as good as it looks. But if you don't cut enough, then it could be easily reverse engineered, especially if it doesn't require a gimmick, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so it's one of those things where I don't know. I don't really have an opinion on if they cut the right amount or not. But I do understand why trailers do cut some things out, and it's to keep people from.
No, I won't argue that at all. Yeah.
Much so that they do have to buy the official instructions. So not only does it support the creator and the company, but it also keeps people from doing it poorly, even if they are able to reverse engineer something.
And that's fair. And I mean, I do get that. I think that's an interesting topic to bring up. You can ask anybody who's ever been a part of the Magic Minute community. We're very much in favor of supporting the community. People have asked me, hey, can you share this, or can you tell me a little bit about how this? Like, nope. Not. I mean, if I can get the blessing of the creator, sure. Or if there's an earlier version that's in the public domain that's not the version that so-and-so is doing, sure. But that we have to support the creators. That's if you want to keep buying Magic, if you want to keep learning new Magic and having people be incentivized to create incredible effects like Pips League 2.0, you better support them, right?
Well, and it's one of those things too, where it took a while for me to realize this too, but a few years ago, it kind of just clicked because I feel like I don't know if you were like this, but when I was younger and getting into Magic, it was almost like if I figured out something, I was getting a little bit of knowledge in Magic, so much that it was like dangerous, right? So I was getting a dangerous amount of knowledge to the point where I thought if I watched something that is being sold and I figured out how to do it, and I had the means to do it, so I didn't need a special design prop or anything, and I could just do it, I thought I was entitled to do it because I figured it out, right?
Yeah.
and of course, that is not even close to how it is because if you figure out something, it's not you certainly aren't entitled to it because it's not about the secret; it's about supporting the person who came up with the secret, right? And that's something that I have to put my tail between my legs and admit that it took me a while to realize that, as I imagine it probably does for a lot of people. But as you grow up and you get older, you realize how important it is to support the creative side of things. Even if you think you know how it works, it's still important to support that so that person can keep giving material and still find merit in sharing things. I mean, like I think it was John Cornelius who just got just really fed up with the community and not appreciating and not supporting him in the way that he really deserved to be supported, because he was a brilliant creator, but he a lot of his ideas were just knocked off and taken advantage of, and he didn't want to be a part of it anymore, which breaks my heart because he was like one of the most genius Magic creators
John
ever,
Cornelius, right? Yeah.
John Cornelius, rest in peace. And he's just and so I want to make sure that I'm doing my part to make sure that that we encourage these people, myself included, but genuinely everybody else. We want to support everybody so that they keep making, in the words of Brent Braun, cool shit. And so that we can keep doing what we're doing.
Yeah, I think you're 100% right on that, and that's Not necessarily a place that I was planning on going, but it's an important thing to talk about in the world of magic because, yeah, it is tough, right? You're not getting it. We don't have the luxury, unfortunately, of hopping over to the local magic shop and seeing it demoed anymore, right?
Sure.
You do only really have, most people only really have video. They have Penguin Magic, Illusionist, Theory 11, Vanishing Ink, right? A couple of others. That's it. That's it. Magic Geek. I'll mention them because
Magic Geek.
That guy makes me laugh, man. I don't even know his name, but every time I watch, he's just got like this most awkward, hilarious performing style. But yeah, no, I mean that's unfortunately part of the thing that happened whenever we went into the information age is that a lot of retail shops died. Brick and mortar shops are going the way of the dodo, and mom and pop shops are the first to go, right? And I don't know a magic shop that's not a mom and pop shop. Maybe Houdini's, right? Like
yeah,
that's about it though, right? So maybe Disney, the ones that they have at Disney, you know, but that's it. And so yeah, you do only have the benefit of seeing it online, and yeah, you do have to. The camera never blinks. You're not always going to be put in the best angle, right? You know, there's no, well, there's perfect audience management on camera, but it's also never blinking. And if you need misdirection, you need somewhere to go, right? Which is why I understand why there are cuts.
Right. Yes.
Or can be.
Absolutely. And so often, I think it's what you're saying, like often the cuts are simulating being there. Right.
Yeah. Looking at making eye contact or looking at the place that they want you to look, or
like if I am layman Kyle and I'm watching a magician, my attention cuts just like a camera would cut.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'd be watching, and then maybe I hear a clink of a glass, or maybe the waitress comes in and gives me a drink, or there's other stuff, and it's not a confined, very tight frame of a camera too, right? So yeah, unfortunately, the editors do have to go in and try to simulate what it would be like to be there, which of course is impossible. So they just do their best, and one of the ways to do that would be from doing some simple camera cuts.
Well, I'm very happy that you performed Pips League 2.0 for us on camera right here, because I want to be able to point everybody over to me like, no, like, because I think I saw some comments on Penguin, like when I was researching everything before I reached out to you, people going, well, I don't know, there's a cut here or there. Like, I've met Kyle. I know Kyle's above board. He's a solid guy. That's not what's going on. And I like that we have an example of it now on video that I can show people and be like, you can do it right there. It doesn't matter.
Sure. Yeah. Well, and it's interesting too. Like there's there's been a few reviews of it so far, and there's a few of them that got removed just because there's some critiques on there that just weren't accurate critiques. But there's one that got left up that I think is a fair critique. It's important for, I think, a lot of people to know, and that is it's not easy. It's a fairly intensive routine.
There's some heavy sleight of hand, right?
There's some heavy sleight of hand.
Yep.
Yeah. But I don't see that as a bad thing. If someone's just kind of has a passing interest in magic and is looking just for something kind of fun and super easy to learn as they're talking to their colleagues or something, this might not be for them. But if you're looking for something that'd be really fun to practice because you enjoy kind of knuckle busting a sleight of hand that makes visuals that are a little bit kind of exclusive to properties of these two cards in particular. So it's kind of got a fun balance between like a fun, clever concept and some fairly difficult sleight of hand. And you put it together, and I think it's a pretty sweet routine.
It's an incredible routine. I think it's beautiful, and it's going to go right into my work. So I'm like, yep, I'm doing that. That's
nice.
Yeah. So thank you. I'm excited for it. Yeah. And I'll say, I don't want to scare people away either. I think that it's a lot like the heavy sleight of hand parts I think just about everything that was heavy sleight of hand, and you were talking about like they're, referencing resources that you can find those things. My channel, the Magic Minute, actually has those sleights already there. So if you're watching this channel and you've been watching my channel and you mastered those sleights, you got all the tools you need to already perform it. So it's like, there you go. You can point at people over here, free resource. I have all the things taught in detail. So
there you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think it's always exciting to kind of learn and grow your arsenal. Like even now, I been in the business for almost 18 years, so going on 2 decades, doing magic, and and I imagine you probably have the same kind of journey. So you first get into it and you want to get as much as you can, so you learn everything, and then as you get more into it, you realize you're probably only going to learn the stuff that you need to know, right?
Yep. Yep.
But like that's still fun though too. Like I just learned how to do a full deck cull, and like that's something I kind of always shied away from. And it's so fun though. Like it's such a fun thing to practice.
Is that Kostya's?
Yeah.
Yeah. Was it Roadrunner?
The Roadrunner call.
Yeah. Yeah. That's metal, dude. That's
so good, right? And
it's cool.
It's not easy.
No.
And I'm not great at it yet, but like it's such a fun thing to practice while you're watching TV at night, and like it's just a great way to just. It's kind of like the thing I love about magic is like it's like a fidget before fidgets were cool, right?
Yeah.
But not only that, but it's like a functional fidget, because like you're not only keeping your hands busy, but you're learning a skill to help pay the bills then too if you're going to use this, right?
Yeah.
And it's like a functional fidget. And so that's what I love about it. Like if I'm going to fidget, I might as well learn a skill. Like if you're going to fidget, learn a coin roll, right?
Like if you're not going to do that, crochet, right? Or knit or whatever. It's the same kind of thing, right? It's learning a productive skill with your hands, right?
Yeah, fidget's sweet, do it, but learn something.
but do something with it,
right?
Fidget spinner, you just spin it, and then you just hold it there, like okay.
Yeah.
My son is 4, so he only just now got introduced. Like fidget spinners, like stopped being trendy before he was born. So he's just discovering.
Not long ago already. Good heavens!
Oh my gosh, yeah, no, we're getting there already. We have Chico de Coster is watching you from Vegas.
Oh, nice.
Ah, howdy.
Howdy.
Oh wow. I had something. I should have grabbed my notebook before I ran over here, but that's okay.
You should. You're appalled.
I'm terrible. I'm a terrible conversationalist.
Clearly.
The worst. So Pips League 2.0 kicks butt. It's not Ray. Was it Ray Cosby? Is that who I'm thinking of? It's not that hard. It's not that hard.
Possible card magic for sure. No.
You're not going to kill yourself learning this stuff. This is stuff that if you have to be forced to learn it to do this routine, you're going to be able to do so much more stuff with those sleights anyway. So they're worth learning. They're not weird. They're like a Ken Krenzel automatic reverse or something, like some random thing. Like these are things you will use all the time.
Sure. Yeah. So it does. I'm not giving too much away by saying that the routine does utilize Chris Brown's Venus Trap. Mm-hmm. And I reached out to him. I showed him the routine, and he graciously gave me permission to teach it on the download. So if that's a move that you've been looking to learn, I cover that in detail as well.
So you get bonus, right? There you go. So you get a twofer.
Yeah.
That's awesome. And it's actually that's one that I did have to learn because I didn't know it. I had seen it, but didn't know how to perform it. So yeah, I'm not confident enough to perform it for you on camera yet, but it's
well, that's fair. Cool, I actually can't see you right now. I assume that you are actually a physical form somewhere because all I see is me right now.
I'm a disembodied voice floating in the void. That's
you know what? I kind of believe you.
Yeah. Well, maybe someday.
Would you guys like to see a something else you can do with the Pips League 2.0 principle?
Does an ursine defecate in a deciduous forest?
I don't know.
Yes, they do.
Okay, yeah. Okay, I think I have all the things I need to do this year. Oh, maybe I don't. Hold on, let me check here real quick. If I don't, we're going to use a different suit here. All right, because this is not a full deck. Yeah, so this is.
Kyle's not playing with a full deck. Is anybody surprised?
Is anyone surprised? No. Well, coming back full circle now. I can't keep track of anything, not even 52 cards.
Well, that's what what was it? Seneca said, "There's no great genius without some touch of madness." So
yeah.
See, I just how I just flipped that and just like
there you go. Oh, thank you. That's the kindest thing anyone said to me tonight. All right. So here's a super quick thing that it's got the same method as Pips League 2.0, but the effect is it's actually very similar to the David Acker routine changes. I don't know if you are familiar with that. But it's super cool. And basically you just have a 3 and a 4. Okay. And what is super important? How do we do this? Yeah. All right. Yeah. So you take the 3, you take the 4. Can everybody see the 3? Yeah.
Yes.
All you got to do, heat up your fingers and watch. You can just kind of pop up.
Oh, that's beautiful. Love it.
And then you pop it on here. It's leaving us with the 2 here. And of course, now this is the 5.
That's freaking gorgeous. That is beautiful.
Thanks. That's the same thing, right? But it's just a cool way of doing it. That's not taught on there, but if you know how the first one
then
works,
you can
easily figure out that.
Yeah, that's cool. I like that. So you guys got a little bonus too. Go buy Pips League 2.0. Come back, watch that. You got a little added bonus effect.
Yeah,
that was slick.
Thanks. Yeah, and if you can't figure it out, just show me proof of purchase, and I would love to walk you through it too. It's fine.
Well, that's very cool. Thank you for that.
Yeah,
very cool. Wow. I'm checking your comments here. People are saying Kyle was funny. Yes, he is.
Well, that's very kind. If you could just let my wife know that, that's.
Honey,
come over here.
Bring her on. She like hiding and like I don't want to be on camera. Is all.
I think she's sleeping. To be honest with you, she's mother of 2 small kids. I mean, she's incredible. So she often hits the sack fairly early.
Fair enough. I can't get my wife to come on screen to save my life. Like when I first met her, I was like, "Hey, you know what would be cool, honey?" She's like, "What?" I was like, "What if we were like a traveling couple, like mentalist routine or something?" I was like, "We could do that, right? We'd be a mind reading couple, right?" And she's like, "Oh hell no, there's no way, I'm doing that." Did you do you have a similar conversation with your wife?
It's very interesting that so Kelsey is like my biggest supporter, and she would support me till the day the cows come home. She always helps me out with projects and sees how things are going and things like that. But with Magic in general, she's just from day one, even before we started dating, she had no interest in. She just doesn't find it fascinating. Like she doesn't. She's like, I don't know. I guess I just trust that you're going to find the card. Like, why is that suspenseful?
She's right. She's right.
Yeah, she is right. She's not wrong. I'm like, no, but it's cool.
It's okay. She's gonna watch this later.
Look,
she's
cool.
Yeah, my wife's the same. She says that she enjoys watching me perform magic for other people.
Yeah, that's
not okay. All right. Well, our wives need to get together, or maybe not. I don't know.
No, I'm pretty sure they'd hit it off.
I'm sure they would, but it would be about how much we're, whatever.
Well, Kelsey and I have a friend named Mallory too, and they often joke because I also have my friend Vince, who is one of my best friends in Magic, and we all kind of get together, and they joke about how they're going to make a Friends and Wives of Magicians podcast.
Support group.
Yes. Yeah. Okay. Well, you do you. It's your life, but I might not be a listener.
Yeah, I can't possibly know how people view me, right? Not really.
Right.
Solipsism and all of that, but I'm sorry. I can't have perfect knowledge, but I would like to think that if the magic, even if the magic sucks, you like me as a person.
Sure.
So, I don't know. It's yeah.
Well, yeah. Listen, if the only reason someone likes you is because you do card tricks, then maybe time to reevaluate some things.
Right. That's kind of where I'm at. That's So I people ask me like, did you win your wife over with magic tricks? I'm like, no.
No, she loves me in spite of the magic tricks.
Right. I was like, she somehow she found out and she was still interested.
That's why she's a keeper.
Yeah. It's like, oh, please. My wife is also an amazing supporter. She's awesome. She's just like, she's like, because I'll come to her with stuff and I'll try to use her as a sounding board for stuff and be like, what do you think about this? Not only on the creative side, but also on the business side, right? Sure. Like things like business requires risks, and right. We have a family together. We have 2 children. We eat together, right? So like, right. If I make a decision that's risky, like that affects all of us, sure. Right? So she's always been just you done good by us so far. Just go make that decision, and I don't think there's a better thing you can do for a magician or a businessman, Oh, and Kyle disappeared on us.
Such an amazing support.
Oh, there he is. He's back. It is. I think we're both very lucky. It takes a special person to live with a magician.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Because there's no off button. We're like this all the time.
And I'd like to think that's not exclusive to magicians. Like I'd like to think like if there's a banjo player that they're just like as obsessed with banjos as we are with playing cards. I don't know if that's true.
I don't know. Steve Martin, he would be both.
Oh, that's true.
Steve Martin's wife's gonna.
Yeah, God bless that woman. Good heavens.
Wow. I imagine if you're an aficionado of like there are people who build train sets in their basement, right?
Right.
Well into their 60s and 70s they're doing that, building model train sets and stuff. I think it just becomes that's the thing he likes to go do. It brings him happiness. I'll let him go do it.
Right.
And of course, we just made it a money maker. And so there's right. There's the other part, which is like, okay. I don't know. Do you maybe you run into this? Feel free to share it or not. Mm-hmm. But in my work, I do. I mean, I make a living doing this, right? So it's like it's my job to go do awesome. Magic. It is awesome, and I'm very fortunate that that's the case. I know that's not true for a lot of people, and there've been more than a few times where it's been like, I don't know, am I gonna be able to keep it going? Like 2020 was a big year for that question mark.
Sure.
And even through that, my wife was supportive and says, no, you need to stick to that. Don't let this take it away. So she's a beautiful woman inside and out.
Yeah.
But the reason I want to bring this up is, do you ever get people who ask you what well, you have another job, right? You do speech therapy, right?
Yes, I know exactly where this is going. And this is definitely a soapbox question, but go ahead.
I am curious about that. Like, do you get so what else do you do?
That if it's phrased like that, I don't love it, but I don't get appalled. But like, man, when someone says, "Oh, but what's your real job?"
Mm-hmm.
Oh man.
Doesn't that like it's like that was cute, but I hope you have something else, right?
Oh,
That's kind of how I take that.
and I it really, and I know there's no malice, intent, right? But
No, they just don't know any better. They don't know that the question is rude in the first place. Otherwise,
they don't know that the question is really rude. But like it's kind of rude for a few reasons, right? Like one is that you're implying that magic in general couldn't be a real job, right?
Right.
And which of course it very well is. But it's also like, even if she did know that it was a real job, I say she, I'm thinking of a specific example, but
oh, we all have them. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
but like
I have a picture around my dartboard.
It's almost implying that even if this person knew that it was a real job and was on board with that, that I wouldn't be up to that caliber, right?
Right.
And
right.
and I know that's not what she's saying, and I know that's not her intent, but you can't help but interpret it that way sometimes, and it's one of those things where and I do try to educate them, so I will answer the question, and then I'll say, now, just for future reference, if you're talking to some people who might be some sort of live entertainer, or some sort of artist or craftsman, you might want to rephrase the way you're asking that question, and here's why.
Good on you, Kyle. That's awesome.
Because they don't know that it's a rude question.
Right, they don't.
But good, and so I think as long as you convey that it is rude in a kind and loving way, I don't think it's wrong to do that.
I don't think so either, and I think that's the proper approach. It's I don't know. I don't want to bring up gross examples or anything, but yeah, it's like I do pretty okay. Right, like I do pretty all right, and to say that, like, it's like, well, what do you mean? The way I've started to interpret it is, in my own head, is they're asking because they think I should quit that other job to pursue magic.
Yes.
so that's how it's like the whole lie detector test where you rephrase the question in your head so that you can either answer positive or negative. So I just re-ask myself the question in a way that makes sense.
Makes you feel better.
Yeah. So that's my coping mechanism.
It's a good idea. That's funny.
It's like, yeah, I should quit it, right? Yeah. Yeah. I don't know.
Well, so yes, I am currently doing speech therapy, and this is year 8 for me. In January, I'll be starting year 9, and at the end of 10 years, the plan is to go full time with magic.
Oh, wow. Awesome, dude. It's going to be, I'm rooting for you all the way. You've already got an incredible platform with everything that you've put out and everything. So you're very well known and loved in the industry. And if you're taking these types of effects into the the workplace, you should have no problem standing out in your market. So
I appreciate that. No, yeah. And so I was actually just talking to my friend Brent Kessler. I don't know if you know him.
Not personally.
But he's a full-time pro from PA too. And we were just talking, and he made a very good point. He said, like, to be full-time magic, like you have to be at a certain caliber, but the caliber might not be as high as you might think, right?
This is true.
And what you do need to be at as a high caliber is, managing and finances and expenses and all those things that I
marketing
am terrible at, right? So that's why I'm really happy that I do have Kelsey, because she's really good at that kind of stuff. So when we do go full time, she said that she's going to be doing a lot of my managing stuff.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Oh man, that'd be an extremely an amazing benefit to you. So I can tell you, trying to do it the other way. I got 2 kids, and I got to run the whole business during the day at some point, take phone calls and emails and everything. Baby's pooping, and 4-year-old who's I think I can't remember. I think it was there was a comedian / political commentator who said that kids are suicide machines, and our job is to keep them functional but not operational. And yeah, I think that's true. So yeah, having that kind of help there it's gonna do you wonders. And what do I know about whatever? But if there's a question that you have that maybe I can answer, be happy to. I don't know. I wouldn't presume, but if there is something I know.
No, it is like night and day doing it part-time to go into full-time, right? Because then you lose all of your coverage, all your health benefits and everything. Like it is a game changer to go full-time. So I'll take all the advice I can get from everybody who's doing it full-time.
There's no stronger motivator than the floor being pulled out from underneath you. You go, oh, I better get to work.
Oh yeah, I guess I gotta not suck now. All right.
But yeah, no, I think it's funny what your friend said about the caliber is not as high as you think. I mean, there are magicians in every skill set and every level of quality as far as what you get, whatever when you're performing. Right. Yeah, this might be a conversation for another time, but the whole how to avoid like price shoppers, which is a thing that can happen. Well, maybe we'll have a separate thing about that at some point, but
sure.
Yeah, it's a whole thing. There's a whole thing.
Yeah. A lot of things you have to consider. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, but it's
which is a little unfair for a job that's not a real job, right?
Right. Oh, you just roll out of bed. Yeah, you just
just do cards.
Yeah, well, that's. I heard it put, and it's something that I often recite or repeat to people, is that entrepreneurs and business owners are the only people who work 80 hours to avoid working 40.
Yes.
And it is true. I don't stop working, and it's part of the thing. I just enjoy it. So it's just part of my life now, part of the lifestyle, and it has been for a long time. So it's just I don't care that I'm going to San Antonio in a couple weeks.
What's that?
I'm going to San Antonio in a couple weeks. I scheduled that time off, right, from November 1st to the 5th, but guaranteed I'm going to have to answer some phone calls and emails at least. So
sure, yeah. It's like the world's biggest lie when they say, if you do what you love, then you'll never work a day in your life.
You will work harder than you ever worked in your life.
Exactly. But you will hate it. Yeah. Right. Well, and then sometimes you will hate it, and that's okay, because even though you hate it, you still love it.
That's exactly. Yeah. I mean, there's the parts that I don't like are I don't like invoicing, paperwork, taxes.
Yes. Sure.
Follow-ups, marketing. I don't enjoy that stuff. But the reward for all of that is I get to go out and make people happy.
Yeah, right.
So is there a nobler pursuit? I don't think so. So go for it, man.
Yeah, awesome.
Yeah. Man, Kyle, thank you so much for coming back tonight. It's an amazing pleasure to have you on every single time you're here. It's just, I hope this won't be the last time.
Absolutely not, man. I love talking with you guys. I love meeting some of your community here, and I love just talking magic because it's one of my favorite things on earth.
Mine too. We're in good company. Everybody, check out Pipsleek 2.0. I will have a review up very soon for that. But you can check out the trailer, or you can see if you caught this late, go back and rewind. There's a part here where Kyle actually performs the whole thing for you right here. It's an incredible effect. It's super cool. Moving ink without a gimmick, which is awesome. And it's hyper visual. I just still blows me away. Kyle has some of the most creative, innovative effects that I've ever seen. And I count myself lucky to know him. So guys, go check it out. Support Kyle. And I'll see y'all really soon. Okay.
Bye, guys.
Bye.